Hello everyone, welcome to the dojo. This is the new episode, week 2. Amazing work everyone. This week we have two different things, Illustrator and Photoshop. So let's jump into your boards. First one, the repair shop. This exercise, I think, is a tough one. Let's see what we have here. First of all, I want to take a look to the original one. So for the eyedropper industries, let's take a look at the box, the perspective here, the parachute, the typography, and then let's go to your work. We have dance here. Well, I think you did a great job here, Dan. This is really good. The parachute is working really well. I think it's a bit off here. This size looks like a bit bigger than this one, but not a big issue. And the box, I think this face is bigger than this one. And if we take a look to the original one, I don't think this is much smaller than this one. Just tiny bit, but not a lot. And also in the cover here, we see just a tiny bit of the upper part, and in here we can see a lot. So yes, I think it's a tough one to say here, but maybe a little bit less would be great. Other than that, I think you did a great job. You have robes. Robes, it's really good what you have here. I think the alignment is working very well in the parachute and the box. The only thing is you have this kind of a double edge here, like we were talking about this in your reviews. I think if you should work with the first rectangle, well, square here, and then you place the other one exactly in the same position, in the same line, like these both sides are aligned, are perfectly aligned in the middle. I don't think you're ending up with this double stroke here. You mentioned that you wanted to close the path, but I think if you just go for the rectangle tool, it'll be much easier to get these faces really square and without this problem. Also here you have kind of a double stroke or a thicker one than the others, but other than that, great job, Rob. And we have Kensa, you did a great job here. This is really good. I like the way you have a difference in the ropes of the parachute. Here, these two are a bit thicker than the middle ones. The parachute has been made with these perfect circles, which is really nice. The box, it looks really good, very precise. Maybe this face is just a tiny bit smaller than the other one, but we already said that this face in the original one looks a bit smaller than the other one, so it's a good call. Other than that, well, great job, Kensa. The last one for the eye drop is Kaon. Kaon, I think you did a great job. Here, I don't think you need the blue background here. The alignment is looking good. The perspective of the faces, this one is nice, but this one is tiny bit off, so maybe need a little bit of improvement. I think you're having a problem with the typography. I think we already made a review with this one, and this one is not the good one. If you see, the other ones are much more stronger than this one. This is like a thin version of the same one. So take a look at that. You need to change this, maybe it's just the style of the same font. Okay, so let's move to the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder has these tricky little details here. So let's take a look to the original. Let's take a look to the rounded back side, the lenses. So now if we are taking a look at dance, I think you did a great job here with all the details. The only thing would be like maybe these triangles here should be a little bit thicker, and these curves in the back are not exactly like in the original. Take a look at this. This would need a little bit of improvement. Uh, Other than that, I think you did a great job on this one. Little dots, great one done. We have rows. It's amazing how the same image can produce very different submissions. I love to see how everyone is having their own interpretation of how things should be. In Rose's case, we have diamonds instead of dots. And other than that, I think the lenses part are, the details in the lenses are really good. And the back part also need a little bit of improvement. Just take a look to the original again. And finally we have Kenza. Kenza, this is awesome work. Really good. Let's take a look to the original and Kenza. Wow, she did a great job on this one. I love how you came up with all these details very precisely in place, and the strokes, the dots, the curves. Great job. Also the color of the Pathfinder typography, really good. Let's move to the Baser Bakery. So for this one, this is the original one. Let's take a look at some of the details here. We have this typography with this accent mark on the E of Vercier, and the candle has this like angles here. This side is a bit curvy. Here there are some like teeth in the middle. The stick, the curves here, the cap. Okay, so let's see your submissions. I have Daniel. You did a great job on this one, Daniel. You added the accent mark. I think you did a great job reconstructing this logo. Let's take a new look here. I think these corners could be a little bit more rounded. For this part, I'd like to say that when you find like circular shapes in logos, for example, you can use, or rectangles or squares, you can use the ellipse or rectangle tool to make those shapes perfectly. That way you can have like here, you can have a circle here, another circle here, another circle here, and another one here, and then you can combine those shapes and have like a perfect rounded bottom part. This one is looking like perfect circle. Well, this part is a little bit more like freehand style, but for sure here you can add another circle also here. You can freehand this part, and here you have another circle. And the candle, well, the candle is really nice. I think you need to improve these angles here, and you're losing the teeth. Let's take a look, like here. But other than that, I think you did awesome job, Daniel. And finally, Kenza. Kenza, well, yes, Kenza, this is awesome. Look at this. These are perfect circles here. You have a kind of a difference here, which is also really nice. The melting part is it's lovely, and well, you have the teeth, the angles. This is great. Yeah, I think you're just missing the accent mark and the E. But other than that, this is awesome job, Kenza. So this was the first part of the dojo for week 2. Let's move to the next part.